Storyologists, it's me, Paige Turner, and today we are going to talk about dinosaurs. I think dinosaurs are absolutely fascinating, and I wanted to find out more about them, so I actually talked to a dinosaur expert recently named Dustin Growick, and he is also known as the Dinosaur Whisperer, because he knows all kinds of cool facts and fascinating information about dinosaurs, so it was really cool talking to him. But then I wanted more information, so where did I go? Yep, the library. And I got a book about dinosaurs called Dinosaur A to Z by Dustin Growick. Go figure. And this is a really cool book because it is A to Z, all of those dinosaurs from A to Z, and it's just fascinating. But what we're going to do is make some of our own dinosaurs out of, let's see if you can guess what they're made out of. Can you tell? Paper plates and toilet paper tubes. Let's see, here's another one. I think that's kind of an A for a Apatosaurus. And, oh, it's falling apart. And then I have another one over here, a little baby one. So let's see what we need to make this craft. I already kind of told you part of it. You are going to need some paper plates and toilet paper tubes. Then you're also gonna want some paint, a paintbrush, a pair of scissors, and then you can use some googly eyes if you want. I like googly eyes these days, and if you're gonna use some googly eyes, you'll need some glue, and then we're gonna need some tape. You can use masking tape or Scotch tape, whatever you want. So here we go. We can make all different kinds of dinosaurs. I think I'm gonna start with this one. And I think this one kind of looks like a Stegosaurus with these spines on the back. So here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna take our paper plate. Just need one paper plate for this. And I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut my paper plate in half. There we go. So I have two halves. Now, I am going to use one half to make my little spikes. So I'm just going to take this and I'm going to cut around this part right here. And we'll use this part for the head and tail. Here we go. Okay. Now I'm going to make the spikes out of this part. Let's see. I'm just gonna cut some little triangular shapes. And if you look in the book and you look at the Stegosaurus, the spines, the spikes aren't all the same exact size and shape, so you don't have to be exact with this. And you can look through all different kinds of dinosaur books and see what kind of dinosaur you want to create. All right, kind of looks like a crown. All right, so I'm gonna move these aside. And now I'm going to attach this to the paper plate. Now I wanna use this front side of the paper plate like that. So I'm just going to use some tape to tape it on. There we go. Now, I think our dinosaur needs a head, and we'll give him a tail too. So I'm going to take that other piece of paper plate that we cut, and I'm just going to create a little head. That's it, just a little head with a little neck so we have a place to attach it. And let's see, I'll draw a little tail here too. Now, if you want to be a little bit more exact, again, you can check out a book, look at the book, and see what the dinosaurs look like if you want to make it look a little bit more authentic. But I'm just going to kind of wing it right now. All right. I have my head and my tail. I'm going to tape them onto my dinosaur. Here we go. Now I'm gonna use the masking tape because it's easier to paint. I can paint right over that masking tape. If you use Scotch tape, sometimes the paint comes off a little bit, but it doesn't really make a difference. Put my tail right there. There we go. Looking pretty good, but you know, needs to stand. How is it gonna stand? What are we gonna use? Yep, we're gonna use the toilet paper tubes. Now, for this dinosaur, this one looked like it had some longer legs. So this one I used 2 tubes for this one. Woo! But for this Stegosaurus, its legs are a little bit shorter, so I'm just going to use 1 tube for this one. So what I'm going to do is take my tube, and you might need an adult's help for this part, because I'm going to take my 1 toilet paper tube and I'm going to cut it in half. So again, you might need some help with this. And it doesn't matter if it squashes down a little bit while you cut it. Okay, there we go, I have my legs. Now I'm going to paint my legs and my dinosaur. So I think that, what color should I make it? This one I made red. Maybe I'll make this one purple. Here we go. So if you guys want to learn more about dinosaurs, you can of course always go to the library, read a book. But you can also find out lots from the video that we have with Dustin Growick. Fascinating stuff that I learned so much that I didn't know about dinosaurs. So check it out this week. All right, so I'm gonna let that dry for a few minutes. So now I am going to make my legs while my dinosaur is drying. So again, I think I'm just gonna do some purple legs. I love painting toilet paper tubes because they just paint really nicely. And they dry pretty quickly too. All right, we have our legs. Now they do dry very quickly, but not that quickly. So I'm actually gonna use a couple that I already made. But first, I'm gonna take this guy. This one's still a little wet, but the paper plate dries pretty fast too. And we're gonna add an eyeball. Now you don't need googly eyes. I like googly eyes these days, but you don't need googly eyes. You can just draw an eye right on there if you want. And you can also, use marker to decorate it, however you want. But I'm gonna add a googly eye to my dinosaur. So I'm gonna use a little bit of glue. I should probably wait till it's dry, but I'm just gonna go for it. There we go. Now, I do want to let it dry before I put it on the legs. So we're gonna set that aside, and I think I'm gonna use one of my other ones to show you in just a sec. So I'm actually gonna use this one to demonstrate, but I have purple feet, which is just fine. It doesn't have to be the same color. So I'm going to show you how we make it stand up. I'm just gonna take my scissors, and I'm just gonna go like this. Here, let's see, can you see it? Little slit. I don't know, that's about 1/2 inch. It doesn't matter if it's deeper, that's just fine. We'll go a little bit more. There we go. That's almost 1 inch. And then I'm gonna try to go on the opposite side. It doesn't matter if it's not completely exact, but as close to the opposite side of that one slit as possible. You want to do your next same size slit. So they're about on the same side, and you want to do that to the second one as well. So here we go. Little slit, flip it over, other side, little slit, and slide it into those little slits. And there we have it. We have our dinosaur. we're not quite done yet, because you know why? Because there is this big blank side over here. Do you know what I like to do when I see a big blank thing like that? I like to write a story. Why not? You guys can write your own story about your dinosaur. Give it a name, give it a problem, give it a goal. What does it want? Write your story right on the back, and then you can tell your story. You can write multiple stories or the same story on different dinosaurs. I don't know. What happens with this baby dinosaur? Maybe it gets lost. I don't know. Whatever it is, give it a shot, have fun, make your own dinosaurs, and remember, when you create, every day is an adventure.